Okay, this is an introductory video into the Zeni Hajiki gambling in the game. Sometimes you have to beat someone at the game for a charm or to continue a quest, or just because you're in need of money for upgrades. So we're going to go over how to play it and a good setting in the options that will really help you do well and get a better understanding of how hard or soft to hold in your R2 button. So the goal is to get 6 coins. You can get a coin by either hitting it with another coin or by having your opponent knock one off the table. If you manage to hit one coin with another coin, you'll get to go again. You'll start with the coin that you hit. And if you miss hitting a coin or you hit 2 coins, your turn ends. So we'll go through and we'll play a game. First of all, I'll show you the setting. In the accessibilities, there's a setting called Zeni Hajiki Shot Power Display. In order to flick a coin, you have to hold in your R2 button and then release it. The trouble is, by default, this is off. And so it's hard to get a sense of how hard or soft you're holding R2. And it's not uncommon in the beginning to think you're like really soft and then you knock the coin off the table and you're like, I didn't even hold it that hard. So this will give you a visual clue as to how hard or soft you're holding it. It is very, very helpful setting, especially in the very beginning when you're learning how to play it. And if you just want to win, you can run the table with this on. So it's like really nice. But so we're going to put it on for the purposes of the tutorial. And you should have it on for the first couple of games, just so you sort of get a sense of your own personal R2 button, how hard you have to pull it in, how hard you don't, because controllers are different from every other controller. Everybody knows this that has a controller. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and gamble.
I'm tired of playing for money. How about we play for this charm instead?
Okay. Even though I just gave money for a charm, I guess. Doesn't matter. I'm putting up money, he's putting up a charm. There we go. Okay, so up in the top left, you can see both of us have 6 slots. And when we win a coin, it'll fill in so that you'll know the score at all times. So using the left stick, we're going to go around and we're going to find a coin that you think is going to be a good coin. And a good coin, in my opinion, is we're going to use this coin to say hit this coin. And then if we do it right and we only hit one coin, just this coin, then this coin becomes our starting coin for our second turn. Well, if in a row. And so then this coin has to hit this one, and then this one has to hit this one. So that's basically the idea. So we're actually going to start with this one because I'll use this one to hopefully hit this one. And it won't go too far. If I do it right, it won't go too far. It's not going to hit 2 coins and it's not going to go off the table. If I hit 2 coins, my turn ends. If I knock the coin off the table, my turn ends and he gets the coin. So we don't want to do that. The goal is to just hit a single coin. And the R2, having that accessibility option on, shows you how hard or soft you want to hold your R2 button. So there we go. We just hit 1. And now it's our turn, and we have to use the coin that we hit as the next coin to start with. So we're going to line them up and release. So this is going to be hard because we're probably going to hit 2 coins. Unless I go over here. But I'll go ahead and hit 2 coins just to sort of show. We'll actually hit it. There, so we hit 2 coins. Too many coins hit. And now my turn is over. And so now it's his turn. And now he'll use the coin that he just hit as his starting coin. So now we get to start over and pick a totally different coin if we want to. And so let's try and pick a coin that we think we can use to hit 1 coin and still give us a good starting position for the next turn that we're going to have. So do this one. And then let's see if we can't get this one and just hit the 1 coin. Yep. And you can see why having this accessibility on is really helpful if you just are trying to get through it and or you're learning the tightness of your R2. So there we go. You won. Plus the promised reward.
Nicely done. Here's the charm. Guess I'm done playing for the day.
Charm of resourceful protection. Blocking an arrow has a moderate chance to add it to your inventory. Now it's kind of interesting. Alright, so there's the introduction to Zeni Hajiki and how to play, and a nice little setting that you can use to help teach you how tight or loose your R2 is. And good luck.